Thank you again for tuning in to episode 54 of the Cheeseheads and the Bear podcast. The better Cheesehead tuning in. Cheesehead number 2, Mason Berg, signing in.
Got the Bear, Brennan Elgus.
Got the Viking, Alex Rudinger.
Got the Jet, Joel Dehls.
Another
go.
Jet. J-E-T-S.
Another
Jets.
Jet.
Let's go, baby.
Big year.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's your year, right? This one is?
This one?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, at some point it's got to be, right? You just say it every year, right?
Hey,
What?
I'm a Bears fan. I'm right there with you. This is the year, man. It's the next year. So, little show rundown. We got an NBA and NFL section. We're going to give our All-NBA midseason award, or All-NBA midseason. We're going to give our NBA champions, ECF, WCF, contenders, pretenders. And then for the NFL, we're going to draft our fantasy first round next year and our mock draft for the upcoming draft. And then always sports starters. Mason, you got a sports starter for us?
Yeah, just starting off with some NFL talk. Matt Stafford staying in LA. I think they're instantly still Super Bowl contenders with him staying there. So that was a pretty big signing. So we'll see what that contract looks like.
Do you think they keep Cooper Kupp now with Matthew Stafford staying there?
No.
I don't think so.
I think he's still gone. Yeah, I think he's gone too.
Yeah.
They got to sign Tutu Atwell back now then because they don't have the other wide receivers except they're maybe Jordan Whittington or something.
Hey, wait,
Yeah.
What about DeMarcus Robinson? What happened to him?
He's decent. Yeah, he's back on the
I
team.
mean, he's still on the team, yeah, for sure.
He's there.
He wears,
He's definitely there. He's definitely there.
he wears the uniform every Sunday or Monday or Thursday.
He's there.
Alex, you got one?
Yeah, so I was perusing Twitter earlier this morning, and I saw a tweet about the Packers offering the Seattle Seahawks a trade for DK Metcalf. The Packers reportedly have offered their first-round pick, number 23, and either Romeo Dobbs or Dontavian Wicks. So,
That would
He said, what do we think about that?
how do we feel?
Absolutely. I mean, Josh Jacobs said it best. I don't think we have a defined wide receiver one, and even though it pissed him off, it's just facts. Reed didn't establish himself, Dobbs didn't. Wicks has fucking butterfingers, so I think that'd be sick if we got Metcalf. That'd be dope.
I feel like they're pretty cheap.
What's the sentiment on Dontavian Wicks within Packers community? Because the advanced numbers, the get open numbers are great, but he can't catch the ball.
Yeah, I love him. I love him to death. It's obviously frustrating as hell that he had so many drops, but dude, his route running is nasty.
It's nasty. Yeah.
If we can get some some sticky sediment on those gloves or something,
Wear two gloves, dude. Two double gloves.
Yeah,
I think he'll figure it out next year. Hopefully,
if he's on the team.
That'd be a great deal though. 23 for Metcalf, you get a real one. That would be a great deal.
right.
Is there? I didn't look. I should have looked at this before, but I'm not sure what Metcalf's contract situation is. I don't know how many years he has left on his deal with Seattle.
Here, bring him in.
Don't care. I mean,
Doesn't
better
matter.
than every wide receiver the Packers have right now. I won't lie.
That's fair.
Maybe all combined. Yeah, and then for the Bear here, my sports starter is kind of the same thing with the Packers. They're trying to ban the tush push.
Soft.
I just I don't really understand it, but it was one team, and then it came out that it was the Packers, and I laughed to myself. I thought that was
Oh yeah. Yep.
Just tough. It's embarrassing, to be honest.
Tough look,
'Cause
huh?
it's you just lose to this team in the playoffs, and then all of a sudden it comes out that you're complaining about you're losing to the fucking.
Maybe.
Well, yeah, he didn't lose. He didn't lose because of the tush push either.
No.
I was gonna say
Let's say
we
Not
didn't
lose because of the tush push.
No,
No,
we
that's
just got
why
flat
they
out
lost. That's why they lost.
Yeah,
That's
if they
it.
didn't have the tush push, I mean, Packers probably won
Different
two
game.
touchdowns, probably. Yeah,
Yeah, whole different game.
They always have to
I just
think
looked too. DK's a free agent in 26, so he'll need a contract.
Yeah.
beat.
So would you trade a first and then give him 40 a year? What's he going to want? 40, 35?
I
Depending
like.
on the year he has. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no. Chase is probably going to get 40. He's not going to get 40, but he'll probably get 30 at least. He'll get 30 at least.
33.
As for
40
that
to
AJ
120
Brown contract, probably. I mean, not that
Yeah.
they're the same player, but where the market is now, I'd say that would be appropriate for DK. Maybe just name value, unless he has a breakout with J Love.
That's true.
$55 million man.
Did you guys see the report that just came out? This could be my starter. The 49ers are open to trading Brandon Ayuk 1 year after the whole contract dispute, of course, tearing his ACL. I don't think you're getting any value for Ayuk right now. If you just gave him that contract, you probably want like a late first, probably what DK gets. But I don't think any team is trading more than maybe you get a second round pick for him right now.
Yeah,
I could
that
see
even that's tough.
I could see like a Steelers desperate needed for like a wide receiver to throw a stupid draft pick at it, way too high for no reason. But maybe the Steelers are a bad example because they're a good organization. Maybe like the Titans, like they need a wide receiver. I could see them being like obviously not their number one overall pick, but second round for IU would be all right for both sides.
Yeah.
I,
That'd be early second too. Be like 33.
Early. Yeah.
and I don't know. My buddy Blaine, shout out Blaine. He's on my dynasty football league. He has been trying to trade him for the last 10 weeks. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yep.
He values him pretty high. So I don't know what their 49ers are going to value him at. So those were our starters. Let's just move over straight to the mock draft 1.0. We're probably going to do this once or two more times, closer to the date of the actual draft. But see that we only have one NFC North team in here, but we do have a jet. So we have two teams in the top 12. So we're gonna do the top 12 teams. Mason, we'll just go Mason, Alex, me, Dehls. Who's going number one to the Titans?
I have Cam Ward going to the Titans with the number one pick. Pretty just simple. Cam Ward.
Nice. I like it. I have the Titans taking Abdul Carter at 1.
So you jackass.
So what?
You changed it. You said you were going to have Ward.
Yeah, 100% changed it. I went Abdul Carter only because I've been seeing a lot of stuff on Twitter about the potential sign and trade for the Titans with Sam Darnold. Holy crap. So I kind of, hopefully that happens because then we can actually get some value out of Sam Darnold. So that's kind of the mindset I went in with this, was that they take Abdul Carter because they had traded for Sam Darnold.
Yeah. For the Bear here, my number one pick is going to be Abdul as well. Don't really care about the injuries. He is a beast. And I think they obviously aren't a quarterback away, and they can maybe get Archie Manning or some like that next year. And they try to compete. Obviously, their team's still going to be ass, and maybe get a quarterback next year because this class is just not as good.
Way to copy me.
Yeah. Should have went before you.
This is tough. I think either guys, I think Carter or Cam Ward can be taken here. I think as of right now, the Titans take Cam Ward. Number one pick. I know they're not a quarterback away, but odds are you're not going to have another number one pick next year. At least you hope not, right? So you get the quarterback here. The team needs a whole lot of stuff outside of it, but to me, Cam Ward's the best quarterback, and I've been pretty impressed with him just at the combine, doing interviews and stuff. He seems really mature and self-aware of who he is as a player.
I like it.
Number 2, who are the Browns picking?
They're going with that boy from Colorado, Travis Hunter. You're like, which
Here
one?
we go.
I think they take Travis Hunter here. He's going to be primarily a cornerback, so that secondary in Cleveland's looking great, like it already is. And and then at that point, if Travis Hunter's playing well, you can possibly move around Greg Newsome for some trade value there. So I think they just deepen their secondary with Travis Hunter.
I also have Travis Hunter going at number 2.
Perfect. So do I. I think that secondary would be disgusting on paper. I love it.
Yeah.
In my world, Cam Ward goes 1, Abdul Carter's on the board, so I'd have him going to the Browns.
Okay. Do you think if that happens, do you think they trade Garrett at that point, or do they try to have the best duo edges possibly in that division?
Yeah, I mean that dude would be insane, but I don't know. At some point, I feel like if you're the Browns, Garrett has given you so much. He is one of the best players in your franchise history. You probably should respect his trade request, even if you don't want him. Like he's put years into this organization without getting really anything in return. Yeah. So I think eventually they move off him and get 2 first-round picks. This Browns team's the same. Like they are not an edge away or even a quarterback away, especially in that division.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, maybe they trade into the top 10 with that Garrett pick and get a quarterback or so.
Exactly.
Number 3, Giants.
So I have, I just wanted to have fun with this. I have a little trade here. I have the Raiders moving up to the 3.
Okay.
And they're going to get their quarterback of the future, hopefully, and draft Shador Sanders at the 3.
Wow.
And then the Giants will move down to 6.
Okay, because you have Cam going 1, right?
Yes, I do. Yep.
Okay,
and,
perfect. Make sure.
I kind of did this after I saw a little post about the Giants possibly looking at Aaron Rodgers. So I'm just gonna roll that. I'm just gonna roll with that and say they're going for it, so they're not gonna need to draft. They'll trade their 3 pick and
Aaron
get some
Rodgers.
draft at 6.
Love that, man.
We'll see. I
God
don't know. I
bless.
just thought
God
those,
bless.
like, let's do it.
Two out
Let's
of-
do it.
2 out of the 4 have had that quarterback. It must be nice.
Yeah, enough.
Nice for one, but
Enough of that. Yeah.
So I kind of worked under the assumption that the Giants signed Aaron Rodgers as well, but I still think that they take Cam Ward here at number 3, have him sit the year behind Aaron Rodgers. If hopefully he stays healthy. But I have the Giants here taking Cam Ward at number 3.
sweet. Yeah, my number 3 in the world, I guess, of Aaron Rodgers. I have him on the Steelers. I said that a few podcasts ago. I think he would be on the Steelers. Feel like that would be a Steelers move. Tomlin loves Aaron Rodgers, so in this world, I have Cam Ward just being the starter day one and going to be the Giants quarterback.
Yeah, I think Shador. This is where I have Shador going number 3 because I have Ward going 1. But Aaron Rodgers for the Giants has to be plan D or E. I don't think this is something you go into the offseason thinking our move has to be Rodgers, right? Obviously, Stafford was their number 1 as it should be. Number 2, I think, should be trying trading up to number 1. We've heard some reports about that and getting Ward or Sanders. I don't know. We've seen them linked to Sanders a lot so far this offseason, but Ward feels like the QB1 amongst most NFL teams. But if they don't get Rodgers and they sit at 3 and Shador's there, I think he's their guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Titans should definitely do like a Bears situation and be like, hey, 7 or 8 or 7, 6 or 7, Raiders or Jets, let's get a haul for all these picks. I don't need the number 1 pick. Maybe get some players out of it too. So,
or they can move to 3 where the Giants are. You could pick up a second. Like you don't have to trade the world. You're not going to get the world back, but you could pick up like an extra second round pick to move down 2 spots and still get Carter or a quarterback.
that would be fun. That's what they should do. I didn't see any first or top 10 draft trades last year, except obviously the Vikings up 1 spot. But that'd be cool to actually see some actual trades happen. But it took like an extra 20 minutes, I think. So I don't know if I want to sit there for all that.
The draft process is so long, man. Last year.
Oh my! We were doing a live, and we kept getting cut out because the live was just taking too long. It was like, start it, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what to do.
Also, I just want to, before we go on to this next pick, I just want to say, like, did you guys see that post about Shador walking around Indianapolis wearing the Browns, Vikings, and Saints hats on his backpack? Like, what is up with that?
I did not see that.
Why did he do that?
Well, I think all the top 10 solidified guys get all the hats, right? And he just kind of, threw that one on there just to maybe spice it up. That's exactly what he did.
Why are the Vikings associated with that? I don't get it.
Vikings Twitter, and all the Vikings fans are like, oh my God, are we trading JJ McCarthy for Shador Sanders?
No, please.
Draft day trades. Let's go. That'd be awesome. All right, number 4, Patriots.
I still don't know how to say this fucking dude's first name, but
Just say
Tat
Tat.
McMillan. I think the Patriots get a wide receiver here for Drake May.
Yep, I'm gonna just real quick, same exact thing here. I got Tat McMillan going to the Pats.
So me and Alex are 4 for 4 so far. I have that as well. Let's go, baby.
I have the Pats taking Travis Hunter. That I think is a good call, but Travis Hunter, just knowing Vrabel, football guy, just saying, give me good football players. Travis Hunter is arguably the best player in this class, and he can play both ways. And I think his upside at receiver, while it's not as high as corner, he could still be, I think, a really good wide receiver too for a team that doesn't really have a 1, 2, or a 3 on it.
So you think he'll play both in the NFL?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I still think primarily corner, at least that's what we're hearing out of the combine. That's what most teams have him down as. But he's got to have some packages. And Vrabel, Josh McDaniels, who I think is a really good offense coordinator, not a good head coach, he'll have some package to get the most out of him.
100%. And he apparently can be a place kicker. He said that at the combine interview. He could be a place kicker too. So
he's a freak athlete. I won't lie.
He said his 2-way is more difficult than Otani's 2-way.
I did see that too.
I don't
physically,
know.
I get that because you're just taking a beating, but skill-wise, I feel like there's more crossover just as an athlete compared to pitching and batting.
Dude,
yep.
100%. I think hitting the fastball is one of the hardest things.
Exactly.
It's
yes.
And then
to do ever
9 miles per hour on the opposite side too is fucking insane. All right, cool. Number 5, Jaguars.
He fell way too far on this list, but that's just how I made it. And Abdul Carter goes to the Jaguars.
Nice.
Holy dog!
I like it.
Wow.
That's crazy that he falls all the way to 5 for me. But I got the Jags taking Mason Graham out of Michigan, defensive interior lineman.
That's exactly what I got too. I think the Jags got their quarterback, got their wide receiver. Now just build up the defense, and one of the best defensive linemen, if not the best. I got Mason Graham going there as well to the Jags.
I also have Mason Graham going to the Jags.
Love that.
Nice.
This is my favorite pick. Number 6. Who are the Raiders take? I guess it's not for you, Mason. Who are the?
Yeah, I know the Giants here, but
who are the Giants?
they go with an offensive tackle to protect whatever quarterback they're bringing in there. And obviously, I'm still sticking with the Aaron Rodgers thing, just for the fuck of it. They're gonna take Will Campbell.
Let's go, baby. Love that.
No, darn it.
So I had him falling all the way down here. I got the Raiders taking Shador Sanders here in this spot.
Nice.
Love that. So our first different pick. Let's freaking go.
Wow.
Number 6, Raiders. I have them taking Genty. I think this will be the Falcons type of pick where they just go running back to just try to build up their offense. Pete Carroll is going to try to be like Wynn now because he's probably 2 to 3 years from retirement, obviously, because he's old. And Genty is really good, and I don't need him at 10 because I don't need that scare of maybe the Bears taking him. So I'm putting him at 6.
I have the Raiders taking Tet McMillan here.
Good.
Okay.
And we're going to get to the Jets next. But yeah, the Raiders take Tet. You bring in Chip Kelly. You need some offensive weapons outside of Bowers. So I think you pair him. Jacoby Myers is a really solid 2. Trey Tucker, I think, is like a solid 3 deep threat as well. The run game's terrible, so Genty's a good call because they were maybe the worst rushing offense in football last year. But Ted McMillan's on the board. I think they take him over Genty.
Dude, the Zamir White hype was so crazy.
It was so crazy. I never bought it for a second. Sincere McCormick was the best running back last year on that team, which is
he insane. Was. After like week 13, it was it took that long, but Alexander Madison had some games too, maybe fantasy wise. I don't know, real life.
Trash.
That Zamir White was, I think, one of our top 4 rounds of dynasty. So I mean, that was disgusting. So
I drafted him like the 7th round, I think.
Okay, 7th. I'm sorry. Sorry, you still ass. Yeah.
Still wasted pick.
Yeah. Number 7.
Could have had Bucky.
What do we?
Number 7, the anticipated Jets.
Here we go.
Here. I think they go Michael Williams from Georgia, edge rusher.
Okay.
I like that. I have the Jets here taking Jahdae Barron, the corner from Texas. He is lightning fast. What do you ran like a 2.26? No, 2.46.
4.26.
4.26.
Yes. Yep.
Sorry.
Dyslexic.
This dude is the Flash.
Yeah.
Man on earth.
But yeah, also, I mean, he was a great corner for Texas last year. So I have the Jets taking him to pair him up with Sauce in the probably create one of the craziest backfields or not secondaries.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, DJ Reed gone. That makes sense. Unless, do you think they sign him back, Dehls?
No, he's gone. He's gone. He was talking crazy in like the exit interviews and towards the end of the season. There's no way he's coming back.
Viking.
He's great.
Bring him.
Sure. We had the episode last week with your boy. I think I had him pick you guys getting Ward, Shavarius Ward, just to kind of build.
That'd be nice.
There. But my pick for the Jets, this is where I have Shador Sanders. I think they take a quarterback. I don't know what's going on with that Florida State guy that they drafted last year. I don't know if he's ever going to touch the field. But you got to do something at the quarterback. You can't just keep bringing in these old shits. And Shador Sanders is the man that's left, really. So I got them.
I do think the Jets are one of the teams that are inquiring about number 1. I feel like that's a move that I could see them year 1 really going in on and probably taking Cam Ward if they moved up. If Sanders falls to them, though, I definitely think they would take him as well. But in my mock, this is really the worst case scenario, I think, for the Jets, where both the quarterbacks are gone, Mason Graham is gone, and Ted McMillan is gone, because I feel like one of those 4 would be in play here at 7. But if they're all off the board, I'm buying into the Tyler Warren hype. I think this is someone who could help in the run game, help in the pass game. He's not Brock Bowers, but he's someone that can help what the Jets haven't had in a long time, and that's a tight end that's capable, right? We've had like Tyler Conklin, and I mean the best tight end we've had in the last 15 years is like Dustin Keller. So it's been some really bad years at the tight end group. Tyler Warren would be a big upgrade.
Yeah, we were doing a lot of mocks last year, and we had you guys taking Brock Bowers, and I think at 11.
That'd have been crazy. Yeah. We've had Jason Morrow. We've had TJ Uzama was so bad these last couple of years.
So yeah, that makes a lot of sense because he's a beast. So
yeah.
Panthers number 8.
I messed up. I actually had the Jets taking Mason Graham and then the Panthers taking Michael Williams here at 8.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
Wrong on my phone.
Okay. Here I have the Panthers taking edge James Pierce Jr. I think he really kind of not skyrocketed, but moved up a couple slots after his 40 time. That man, I got to see that in person, and that man is fast. I mean, all of his drills, he's super athletic. He's so fast. He can do it all. So I have James Pierce Jr. here going to the Panthers. They actually had a thing up on the screen at the combine of comparing him to Burns. So I thought that was pretty fitting.
Yeah, that makes sense. Number 8 here for the Bear, I have them also taking James Pierce Jr.
Oh my God!
I mean, my exact thing was them getting rid of Burns and refilling that up. And I would have loved if they could take Ted McMillan here. Maybe he falls in the actual draft. That would be good for them. But I don't like anyone else for them, and I want Will Campbell for us. Spoiler alert. But yeah, James Pierce, Panthers.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I was just looking at edges right now. I think at 8, Shamar Stewart, with the combine he just had, I think he's going to sneak up into this draft. I feel like before this combine, he was probably someone who was more mocked in the teens, but he had, I believe, a 10 RES score, which was obviously number 1 out of any edge in the last, where they go back to like the 80s or the 90s.
Yeah, I think it was like 73.
Athletically, he's a freak. He only had 2 sacks last year, but he had 30-something hurries, 33 pressures, I want to say. So with the combine he had, plus the maybe not production, but the behind-the-scenes numbers are strong for him. Panthers need some help on the D-line, the edge. I got Shamar going here.
Like it. Money.
Let's see. Number 9. Saints here. Going with another Michigan player, Will Johnson, cornerback, goes to the Saints. I think that cornerback room, I don't really know anyone on the Saints, so that would just be a name to add.
Sweet.
Same exact thing here. That's kind of funny. I have them also taking a corner just to kind of replace Marshawn Lattimore. Got rid of him, so bring in a corner who was kind of a stud for Michigan last year. So
cool. Number 9 for the Saints, the Bear, I got them taking. This is where I got Tyler Warren going. I think he could be the next Brock Bowers. I don't think he'll have the same exact season as he did. But I looked up his stats. He was a dog at Penn State. So I just think he plugs in right there with Olave and Shaheed if he comes back healthy. And then Alvin Kamara. I think that offense could be fun on paper, but we'll see how that goes. But
I like that. Here at 9, I think the Saints just go best player available. Will Johnson's still on the board for me. They need help almost at what it feels like every position. I think they have really one of the worst rosters in football while also having no cap space and a head coach and coaching staff that I really don't trust at all. So good luck to Saints fans. But Will Johnson is arguably the best corner in this draft, even how great Travis Hunter is. And with the rest of the pieces, you just extended Kamara. I don't know if you're going to get Genty, Will Campbell, but he's probably more of a guard than a tackle. So I don't know if you want to take him as high as 9. Will Johnson here could be the best player in this draft.
I like it.
Yep. Agreed.
all right, number 10, Dubas.
Dubos. Since I already had Will Campbell going to the Giants earlier, they're going to take one of the next best offensive tackles and go with Armand Bembo from Missouri.
Love that.
Nice.
Alex?
Number 10 here. Fell this low. I don't see the Bears passing on him. I have the Bears here at 10 taking Ashton Genty at 10.
Such a stupid pick. I'm not going to lie.
That's what I have.
We lost on a Trey Smith Wonderland. He got his franchise tag. I don't know if we really do. I'm hoping that we're aggressive with the offensive tackles and offensive linemen. in free agency. But if you're telling me we get a running back with the line that we have, he's not gonna. That's gonna be a terrible pick. It's not gonna be good. As much as I love Genty, he's really cool, but he's not gonna be good behind our line. So I have the Bears taking Will Campbell. I think it makes the most sense. Now if we go out and get all these linemen, then maybe sure go get Genty. But if we're not aggressive with these signings, there's no reason to get Genty.
I definitely think Genty's in the cards. He's still on the board in my mock, but I'm also having the Bears taking Will Campbell. I think, even though I just said it too high at 9 and take a guard, I don't know. I think Chicago, you have a lot less needs than the Saints for number one. And even though Ben Johnson's seen both sides, right? Because Penei Sewell was someone that was taken super high, and he played right tackle when it felt like, oh, you can't take a right tackle that early. If he's a left tackle, that's okay. This is a similar boat. But on the other hand, you also took Jahmyr Gibbs with number 12 overall pick. So you've also taken a running back this high, and you see how great it could be for your team. But I think they build through the trenches here and take Will.
Yeah, the Lions just have, I would say, a little bit better of a line than we do. So maybe that's those guys are pretty
could
good.
Definitely help.
I don't know. If we don't do anything with linemen, I don't see us taking Genty, but he is definitely in the cards. I'm not going to pretend like he's not on the board with the Bears. So, number 11, the 49ers.
Yeah, with Trent Williams, is it official that he's gone?
No, I think he's coming back.
Or is he coming back? Oh,
I think so.
Yeah, okay. Well, then either way.
He is old. Yeah.
Yeah, not like replacing him right away, but Calvin Banks Jr., offensive tackle from Texas, kind of like maybe his predecessor or someone else to help that offensive line.
That's exactly what I got for the Bear here, so I'll just say that I got Banks as well. I want to say it first before you say it too.
Nope, I got Will Campbell here for the Niners.
Okay, skip on Campbell. All right, interesting.
I have the 49ers taking Malachi Starks, safety from Georgia.
Yeah.
He was the top safety on the board. He also had a really good combine. He was great at Georgia, great as a playmaker on defense. And they're losing Hufanga probably in free agency, and they really have no other safety you trust. So Starks is someone who is going to slide a bit because of his position, but he's one of the better players in the class.
Yeah. All right, the last pick of our draft, number 12, the Cowboys. Where do you think they go, Mace?
Got him going Ashton Genty here. Rico Dowdle and then Genty, not a bad 1-2 punch. Obviously, I don't really know Rico Dowdle's situation and if he wants to stay or what's going on with the contract or anything. But I think that'd be a solid, not great, but we'll see what Genty can do if he goes there. And then I just want to say, since the Packers aren't on this mock, but big Packers guy here at 23, I want him to take a corner. So either Benjamin Morrison from Notre Dame or Jade from Texas, like Alex said earlier.
I got them taking an edge. If we're doing that Packer thing, I got them taking an edge. I did a full mock yesterday. I have them taking Nick Sorston from Texas A&M.
Cool.
Nice.
I did it Vikings. I'll get there in a second. Sorry.
I got the Cowboys here taking Tyler Warren. We already talked about him quite a bit. So I think hopefully the Cowboys can see how good of a prospect he is, and they take him there at number 12.
That would be a fun fit. I have the Cowboys taking Genty.
Okay.
He falls to 12 here, and I don't think Rico's a free agent. He had a really good year, but he's probably looking to get the biggest contract out there because he's like, I don't know if I'm going to do this again. And the Cowboys, I don't think, would pay for him. Not that he's going to command anything crazy, but I could see him taking like a $7 million annual contract somewhere else.
Yeah. I just want to confirm that I said that Sorensen was the Packer guy. For the Cowboys, I have them taking Josh Simmons. And then for your Vikings, Alex, I got you taking Orion Hampton, the running back from North Carolina.
Yep.
He's a dog, too.
That's exactly who I had.
That's what I had for the Vikings,
you need.
too.
So that's where our mock draft 1.0 for the top 12. Let's just move into another draft real quick. It's going to be a lot faster. The top 12 picks for the first round of fantasy. Who do we think is going number 1 in fantasy on the board next year, boys?
I mean, I feel like it's got to be Jamar.
Jamar is what I had.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like it has to be Jamar.
Jamar, I have no kickback for that. I love that. Who's your?
I think it's Jamar too.
Yeah.
Saquon is like maybe, but I think Saquon. You take the running back who's younger with Burrow, or excuse me, the wide receiver who's younger with Burrow. Even though Saquon is going to be great, I think there's just a little bit more safety there.
Yeah, that's neither of them are a bad pick. Won't lie.
Yeah.
Number 3.
I love how we just
I mean,
assumed that,
it's It's those two.
Those are the top two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Those
Good.
two.
Yeah. Saquon at 3.
Or Saquon and Chase. There's
Yeah.
no question for me.
I had Jameer Gibbs.
They're 3.
I did.
Ooh,
I
all right.
absolutely love Jameer Gibbs, dude. I think he's the shiftiest running back I've ever seen in my life.
I think he'll be in the top 10. I think what's just what the David Montgomery contract extension that I gave him. Obviously, he's there, and only time he was really. I'm not saying he had a bad year, but when he was going off, it was obviously when Demont wasn't there. So
Right.
number 3. Who do you got for 3, Alex?
I have Justin Jefferson at number 3.
I'm cool with that. JJ McCarthy's going to pepper him. I think. He's
100%.
safety blanket. I mean, obviously it's a tight end thing, but best wide receiver in the league, you could say, depending on who you ask. He's definitely going to be 3.
I got Jefferson going 3 as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
I had him at 4,
Amazing.
so having him at 3 is perfect.
Who's 4?
At 4, I have Bijan over Jameer, only because he's running back 1 with no other. I mean, Algier, he's still going to be there, but they don't really use him like a Gibbs in Montgomery situation. So I got Bijan there at number 4.
Nice.
They should
I'd
definitely.
be taking Bijan too.
Yeah, they should definitely stop using Algier. I don't see
100%.
why
So
they.
mid. He's decent. Just Bijan's so much better.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they see something we don't, but yeah, no, stop using them. 5. This is where it gets kind of fun, I think.
I was gonna say this is where it gets pretty interesting. Amon Ra.
Ooh.
That's who I got.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Wow.
like Amon Ra, slot guy. A lot of receptions, PPR, best way to play. I think he just gets peppered even more.
At 5, I think this is where CeeDee Lamb goes. Last year obviously wasn't great, had the injury, but I think people are going to look at what he did 2 years prior and say that his ceiling is higher than Amon Ra's or Nico's or even Puka. Even though Puka might be number 6 for me because of if Cooper Kupp leaves, the target share he gets with Stafford would be crazy. But I think CeeDee Lamb with Dak Prescott, he would go 5 for me.
That's exactly who I have at 5 as well. CD Lamb.
Yep. CD Lamb, Puka. I think that'll be.
Yep. I'm cool with
I
that.
think that Cooper, if he
6.
actually does get traded, I think Puka literally skyrockets. Not that he was going to be a late pick anyways, but top 6 is a big jump for him. 7.
Yeah, I had. This is where I had Devon Achane. I think he's actually drafted pretty high. I don't know why.
Okay.
Obviously, it might be just because I'm biased and he was on my fantasy team, but
Dynasty team, yeah.
Yeah.
Here I have Bucky Irving here, actually.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Sleeper first round pick, right?
Yeah, I do. I think the production he had last year, I think it only increases next year, and I think he still is just as good.
All right.
Crazy. I think AJ Brown, coming out the Super Bowl, he's gonna ask for the ball even more with this new OC. Maybe they just use him like a CD Lamb type of beat, where they just kind of pepper him even more. Want to make the man happy. AJ Brown probably go 8.
So 5, I would have CD. 6, I would have Puka. 7, there's a few different guys. I think 7 is probably Jameer Gibbs, and then 8, I still think Derrick Henry is going to be selected amongst these top running backs with all the touchdowns he's going to have, with how great this offense is. He is showing no signs of slowing down. He stays healthy. He'll be a really safe pick within the top 10.
Okay. 9. Are we on 9?
Derrick Henry. This is where I had Derrick Henry going.
That's who I have as well. Derrick Henry.
Yep.
I would have Gibbs here at 9.
Okay, Gibbs, and then my 10 would be Gibbs. I think he's still top 10. I just think with Demon, it's going to be a little bit less than what we were getting at the end of the year.
Okay.
Hope not.
Yeah. 11 and 12.
Go ahead, Mason.
Go for it. Yeah, you go for it. Go for it.
I was just gonna say this is where I have Amon Ra.
Oh,
I know we had said him earlier, so I just wanted to get that out before.
I like my pick here. Kind of a iffy pick, but Brian Thomas Jr.
I like that.
Okay, I love
I
that.
think he's going to improve his numbers. Not, drastically because he already hit over 1,000, but creeping up to like 1,300 range there.
I like that. I would have at 10 Amon Ra would have at 10. I would have Nico Collins at 11. And at 12, Brian Thomas would be interesting. Jonathan Taylor also had just like the quietest 1,400-yard season
Yeah.
that I've ever seen in my life. I was
Nobody
talking.
talked
I think
about
I was
it.
talking to Drew, and he's like, "How many yards do you think JT had?" I was like, "I don't know, like 1,000, 1,100." And I looked up his numbers. It was like 1,400 plus all the touchdowns. He just went crazy at the end of the year. So there's also a chance the quarterback's different. And if Anthony Richardson's not there, and you have a quarterback that checks down the ball and also won't steal touches at the goal line, I could see JT still sneaking himself into the top 12.
Yeah, I'd like to change my AJ Brown to Nico Collins and put AJ Brown here at 11. And then my 12 sleeper kind of carried me a lot at the end of the year is going to be Chase Brown. I just don't think they bring anybody, and they just pepper him just like they did all the year.
He was a dog. He won me my dynasty league.
He was disgusting. I traded him before he actually broke out, and Zach Moss, whatever happened to him, he got hurt. And he was averaging like 18 to 20 points every game. It was disgusting.
Yeah, I was sitting Breece Hall and starting Chase Brown. It felt so nasty, but he was going crazy.
Yeah. Where do you think he goes? Like, do you think he's second round probably?
Breece?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, probably second round, I think. He doesn't scare me because I know how good he is, but he was just not the same athlete last year as he was even the year prior. Like, his rookie year was insane. But the year after the ACL injury, 2 seasons ago, he was still fast, shifty. This past year, he looked slow. And I'll be interested to see if he comes into camp maybe lighter, trying to gain some of that quickness and speed back, because he did not look like the same runner, athlete, top-end speed that he had the 2 years prior.
Yeah, they could definitely use him for like the speed and then use Braylon Allen, Wisco guy. Let's freaking
I love
go.
Braylon Allen too,
Wisco.
bro. He's a dog. He's a dog.
Like, power back, 1 yard gains, goal line. Obviously, it's going to suck for fantasy for taking touchdowns away, but catch.
Good for the Jets.
Yeah, good for the Jets.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was the top 12, and I think we got a Would You Rather or a game?
Yeah.
Mace?
Yeah, to end some NFL talks here. We got a Would You Rather edition. Well, not edition, sorry, just a Would You Rather game. The edition is Drake Maye edition. So, next season, who would you rather have starting on your team? So, starting off here, we're going to go like some old heads. I guess, yeah, these are all old guys. And then we'll kind of go like some younger guys and maybe some rookies as well. So, would you rather have Drake Maye or Sam Darnold starting for your team next year?
I'd rather have Drake Maye.
Yeah, I'm going to go Drake.
I love Drake Maye. I'm not going to lie. I'm a Jets fan. So I was just such a big fan of him as a prospect. I thought Caleb was my quarterback 1, but I was like, Drake Maye is in his tier. He is really damn good. He'd be the number 1 anywhere else. And I was sick he went to New England because it doesn't feel right rooting for him. So I think I'm going to be taking Drake Maye in a lot of these spots.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take Drake as well. I just hate North Carolina quarterbacks. I gave him his flowers, and I did not want the Bears to draft him just with the Mitchell Trubisky nightmares with North Carolina quarterbacks. But yeah, over Sam Darnold, I think if he's in any other situation, it's not going to be as good.
Yeah, I was just going to say the exact reason. I think it's very situational when it comes to Sam Darnold, so I'm going to go Drake Maye.
Agreed with that one. Next up, Matt Stafford.
Stafford.
Knew that one was coming as well. That was a quick one. Geno Smith or Drake Maye?
Drake Maye.
Drake.
Yeah, Geno's good. He's a bit underrated, but I would take Drake Maye.
Do you think he gets traded?
No, I think Seattle stays with him.
Yeah, I don't think
He's not the reason the team was bad last year. It was the offensive line was terrible, the run game was terrible.
Oh yeah, that one I meant by that. But I just said some of the rumors of him maybe.
Oh yeah. No, I think they stick with Geno.
Cool.
Yeah, agreed. Funny little one here, but Jameis Winston or Drake Maye?
Oh, Drake Maye.
Just respect. Okay, next Drake Maye.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. And then
he could be a Jet. Who knows?
Yeah, good.
Who knows?
That'd be fun. Last old guy here, Aaron Rodgers or Drake Maye?
Drake Maye. Rodgers is cooked, man. The numbers down the stretch look pretty.
That's the thing.
He folded week in and week out. In those fourth quarters, when it's a one-possession game, he folded time and time and time again.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, but if he goes to the Steelers, man, because that's where I think he goes, I'm going to take Aaron Rodgers next year. I think that he has a pretty bounce-back year and then just says, yeah, I'm done.
I think I take Aaron here as well. I think I go Aaron Rodgers here as well.
Too much respect for him. Yeah, this is the guys who've played against him.
Yeah,
and I'm over here like, nah, man, he's ass.
I can say it now that he's not ripping my team apart. He is one of the best quarterbacks of all time. It's disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about Brady.
Yeah,
Had a
that's
feeling
Once he
fair.
went to
Dehls
Tampa
would be
Bay,
good.
I was like,
Yeah.
shout out, you're a legend. But before that, I was not respecting him at
but
all.
we hate you.
Yeah.
All righty, 5 more guys on this list, and we're gonna kind of go, some younger guys here. Drake May or Bryce Young?
Alex,
I like
Give me
Drake
Bryce
May.
Young. Give me Bryce Young.
okay.
Okay.
I'm the
I'm not
split.
mad at it. Bryce Young was really damn good second half of the season. Really, when he started again.
Don't make me pull out the card I just got.
Yeah.
I'll go grab it.
Look, I'll go this potential. Maybe I'll go Drake. I think they give him a wide receiver, and maybe all this hype with Drake May is true, and he actually has a pretty good season.
Dehls, what'd you say?
I took Drake May.
What do you think
Drake
you picked?
Yeah,
Come
I
on.
took Drake May.
I just didn't hear. I didn't hear.
I like Bryce though. He
Who
showed me
you
a lot of
going,
things.
Mason?
I would also go Drake May. Sorry, Bryce.
Stand on
Yeah,
it,
it was
Alex.
close.
And on it.
Damn. I am. I will forever. Even if he sucks next year, I'm still just give him some time.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna keep saying.
He's 19.
He's literally
He's 19.
Go ahead. Brock Purdy or Drake May?
Drake May. Drake
Drake
May.
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 Yeah.
Damn.
Hey.
No respect for Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, I would take Drake May. I would definitely take Drake May, but Purdy's about to be a $50 million man.
Got the reason. Everyone gets paid and they play like shit the next year. I'm not gonna lie. Look at all the quarterbacks last year. LOL.
Yeah, Love was all right. It's fine. Trevor
LOL.
Lawrence or Drake May?
T-Law.
Trevor Lawrence, that's close.
That was tough.
I'm going Trevor.
With Liam Cohen, Brian Thomas fully healthy, or not fully healthy, but a year into the system, I got faith Trevor can
Yeah. As long
Bring
as
it
he stays
around.
healthy.
Yeah. Christian Kirk is gonna be back, so I'll go.
Dog.
I'll go T-Law just because of Christian Kirk and Evan Ingram. Dog,
Dog. Just can't score touchdowns for some reason.
dude, that's
Wow.
PPR, dude. The 11th
Yeah.
part of the game, I swear.
Seriously.
2 more guys here. Drake May or Cam Ward?
Drake May.
Drake May.
Drake May.
And then Drake May or Shador Sanders to round it out.
Drake
Drake
May.
Damn, no Caleb Williams. All right. Okay.
No JJ McCarthy? I thought for sure that one was
At
coming.
least one of the two. Come on now.
I mean, I would take Drake May over Caleb, but I knew you were going to say Caleb.
You would take Drake May over Caleb Williams?
Yep.
3 episodes ago, you were saying he was shit. Crazy,
Nope.
crazy.
Yeah, pull up the receipts.
no.
Clip it.
Crazy. Everyone got that? Okay, cool. Because you were the one that wanted to put him where we did on the grading. So just everyone knows.
Just messing with the bear.
Yeah. All right. So for the NBA section, that was the last of the NFL. We're gonna start with the contenders and pretenders. Kind of what we did last year. We just kind of went through all the teams and gave our opinion on it. We gotta go fast for some of the teams because they are pretenders. But let's start in the East. I just kind of going down the standings here. Number 1 team in the East, Cavs. What do we think?
Contender.
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 Absolutely. Yep.
I don't one of those teams that doesn't really need it, but I just said size and great at defense. So next team up, that Boston team, Boston Celtics. What do we think?
Ooh.
Pretenders? What do you say? I don't know.
No, contenders. I think
Yeah.
they are the number 1 in the league right now. So
Yeah, I'll be honest. Outside of Boston and Cleveland, I don't think any other team's a contender. We could talk about Milwaukee if you want to. We could talk about the.
we're
Bucks.
getting there.
We can
We're
talk
getting
about
there.
it. But we could skip over that. We could skip over the team in the 3 seed right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Easily.
The Knicks, dude, the
Easily.
Knicks are so good.
Yeah.
That I put them as
Big P.
pretenders. Yeah.
Big P.
Yeah, for the Celtics, so I did say contenders as well. I said great team, and I said Derek White, because Derek White was lacing the shit out of the basketball yesterday, and it's actually so fun to watch him shoot. I honestly don't ever see him miss, and it's really annoying. Okay, Knicks, pretenders. Pretty sure we all have that.
Yeah.
All right,
Great regular season team.
that's facts. Bumped up to the 4 seed after last night. The Bucks. I have them as a contender. The team is deep as hell. I think it's disgusting.
Deep.
KPJ, Cruz, scary. We actually have push now, like Alex said yesterday.
I was just making these points about, after we beat the Nuggets, like our team is so deep, even when Giannis or Dame isn't out there, we still have which is crazy to say out loud. We still have Kyle Kuzma out there. We have Kevin Porter Jr. I mean, we have Gary Trent, so we have the defense. AJ Green can lace that thing with no effort. He's so good. I really like our defense and our depth. I think are our two strongest points, and obviously having Giannis Antetokounmpo. So
This team is so confusing because we beat the Nuggets, but we lose to like the fucking Jazz the next night. It's so like this, but we're on a high right now because we just beat the Nuggets. So I'm gonna say contenders.
yep.
Same.
Yeah. You're definitely like dark horse. You're definitely dark horse for sure.
Appreciate it.
I think you have a better chance of beating Cleveland than you do Boston. I'll say that. I do think Boston has shown, especially against the Knicks, that if you have someone who's slow-footed and you bring him on the perimeter, like a Brook Lopez, like we don't with Karl-Anthony Towns, JT and JB are just going to blow right by them. So I do feel like and Dame defensively could get picked on in mismatches. I think you have a better chance against Cleveland for sure. I think you match up better with them. But like you said, you have Giannis. Dame is playing at a great level this season, and you're getting hot right now, right? You're a team that has been one of the hottest teams over the last 10 games or so. So dark horse contenders, I'll give it to you.
Good.
Yeah.
With no Bobby either.
With no Bobby.
The series,
Maybe that's saying something. Who knows?
yeah, the Celtics series is gonna be tough if we do play you guys because every
100%.
time that Dame plays against a big athletic guard, as in JB, he does not play very well. So
Not at all.
I don't think I know the Cavs just got DeAndre Hunter, but I kind of like that matchup a lot more than the JB. So,
Me too.
Alex or Mason, you got anything on the Bucks, or you want me to move on?
No, we can move on. I definitely had them as contenders.
Okay, we can move on to your favorite player in the league.
Yep.
Where's Halliburton and the Pacers? What do you think?
You love that man.
Absolutely the fuck not. They are definitely contenders.
Contenders? Okay. Yeah, I got them
Pretenders.
contenders. I think
They're pretenders. They could win a first round matchup though. Like
For sure.
I think right now they're slated to play
Sure.
the Bucks, right? They play you guys.
Yeah.
yeah, that's food, dude. If we're healthy,
As
I'm
easy?
Yeah. That's
telling you.
Hallie's been playing really good basketball. I know, he's been getting shit on. That's kind of what people do with Hallie now, but he's been playing really well for the last few months. So I want to give him his credit. And the Pacers overall, they've been a solid team. They've been climbing in the standings too. So I think they could be a not contender. Don't think they go to the ECF, but I do think they could possibly win a first round matchup.
I want that more than air, that matchup.
yeah. If we
I
get
don't think
them,
it'll be a sweep. It'll be like a dumb blowout game 4 or something in Indiana or wherever the last game is. But yeah, I got it in 5. But next team here, I got the Detroit Pistons, and I said pretenders. And my reasoning was time is soon. I think they just keep building up the team and just keep getting people for Cade and maybe get another superstar. Maybe Jaden Ivey, takes a step. I got them as pretenders still right now.
Yeah,
This
I'm with
was
you.
my
I think they're
last
pretenders.
one.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely clearly pretenders, but I just wanted to say contenders for the fuck of it, just to be fun, because I absolutely love that team. I think they're so quick and young, and bringing in Tobias Harris and Beasley, some veteran experience, they just did so well in the offseason.
I'm right there with Mason. I think the team itself is so fun to watch. Plus, I mean, going from what they were last year to what they are this year, it's insane. So I do have them as pretenders still, but I do think that, like Mason said, their time is coming.
Yeah, and we could kind of go through the last 4 of these pretty fast. I got Heat as pretenders.
Yep.
yeah, pretenders.
Orlando pretenders, no shooting. That's main
Nope,
reason.
none.
Offense is so bad.
Franz is bricking it lately, putting up tour dates.
And then Hawks and Bulls, obviously, I got them as pretenders as well.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And then over to the more fun Western Conference. First team up, the Thunder. I got them as obviously contenders, best team in the West.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got them contenders too. I do want to see what they look like in the playoffs when these teams are going to be sending 2 at Shea constantly. He gets double teamed a lot now, but they're going to be bailing out off of Lou Dort and Caruso and all of these guys that have been somewhat hitting consistently, but overall, like 3-point shooters you're not really scared of. So I do think the offense for them can get sluggish, but that's when their
100%.
defense is just so elite, man. Like if they have Chet and Hartenstein both healthy, and I think Chet actually just sprained his ankle last night, so he might miss a couple of games. And that's really the only thing that concerns me with that team. If they have some injuries, especially one of those big men, a lot can change. But if they're all healthy, their defense can be able to carry them.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. Nuggets, Mace, what do you think?
Definitely contenders with Jokic. It's no question that if he's on that team, they're going to be a contender.
As long as he puts in some effort defensively.
I think if we
Yeah,
could play
jeez.
off Jamal Murray, I think they are definitely contenders. Jamal Murray is one of those guys that is so up and down for me, and I've been on the train trying to tell everyone he's super good, and now he's playing like ass when everyone wants to give him his flowers. So I got him as contender still though.
They're contenders. Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say I have them as contenders too. Exactly like what Brennan was saying is it really does kind of hinge on Jamal Murray. The Bucks game, he hit like 3 threes in a row to start the fourth quarter, and I was like, here we go, a typical Jamal Murray fourth quarter takeover game. You see those pretty often, so I do have them as contenders.
Yeah, I mean, you guys just got a first-hand experience of what that Nuggets team looked like, and I mean, you beat them, right? So they've had a couple of tough losses, right? They went on that stretch; they were 9-1, and they beat a whole bunch of mid teams. And Jokic even said after they lost to the Lakers, like, we thought we were good, but we was actually just playing some teams that weren't our standard. They have weaknesses for sure. Like Aaron Gordon was hitting threes against the Lakers, but teams are going to live with it, right? A lot like OKC. Russell Westbrook can shoot you out of quarters and shoot you into quarters. I remember that Lakers game, he was like 1 for 7 in the second quarter, and it was just brutal every time he was taking shots. So I do think this version of the Nuggets, while they're still contenders, losing KCP and losing some of these shooters they lost a couple of years. I know KCP's struggling right now, but the three-point shooter he was last year, you're missing that, right? And Christian Brown's been fantastic, and Peyton Watson's had moments, Schroeder's had moments, but now you got to trust them in the playoff setting. So they're contenders, but there's going to be spots where teams are going to be able to take advantage of them. And like you mentioned, Jokic on defense has been pretty terrible this year, right? The last couple of seasons, he's been kind of awful. So as great as he is offensively, that's another area where you can attack them on defense.
Cool. Moving on to the number 3 seed. It's the Grizzlies, and I have them as pretenders because of Ja. I don't think he'll score 30 points for the rest of the season, so your boy Riv is
never tweeting again.
Never tweeted again. I think the last time I saw he scored 30 was like in December.
Celtics, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Nice.
Sick.
Yeah, I have them as pretenders right now.
Yeah.
I got them as pretenders. This is they're like really bad against good teams. They're really bad against good teams. Against teams over 500, they have a record under 500. So they've been beating up on bad teams. Obviously the opposite there, teams under 500. And I don't trust their offense, man. Ja has had a rough year. Jaren Jackson, he might even win DPOY, but offensively, he's not that efficient. Desmond Bane's been kind of inconsistent. So I think they lose to basically anybody in the first round. Whoever comes out is that like 6-7, 5-6-6 seed, 5-6-7 seed. I think is going to take down the Grizzlies.
Love that.
Interesting.
Mace?
I actually had them as contenders. I think that they can survive, maybe, at least just get to the Western Conference Finals. I don't think they're going to get to the finals, but I have them as contenders. I think they can make the conference finals just off of pure defense with Desmond Bane bulking up, blocking down the perimeter, JJJ doing what he does in the paint. Santi Aldama is not bad. I think they could maybe win a series there.
Surprising win. Yep. Lakers, I have them as contenders, and there's 2 reasons, and it's Luka Doncic and LeBron James. That is it. The 5 does not matter. I don't care. I have them as contenders.
Simple.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. Anyone else?
I don't know. I really don't know if they're contenders or not. This is the one team I think just in the entire NBA where I don't have a good read on them because part of me just looks at their lineup and I'm like, this defense shouldn't be good. Like this is a defense I think can and should be getting exposed, but they're not right now. Like they played a good game against the Clippers last night, who had Kawhi, right? Had James Harden. Obviously the game against the Nuggets was amazing. They beat up on some bad teams, right? Like the Jazz, they beat once, lost once. The Hornets, who they lost to, but even still had a good defensive game. They shouldn't be a good defense, but they are, which is making me think that some of this is just fake and some of it's going to come back to the mean. But they fly around defensively on the perimeter. They do have some good pieces in like DFS and Vandal and LeBron's playing defense at a super high level. And Reeves at least competes, although he's someone that could get pushed around. I will say they're contenders right now because at some point, Luka is going to turn it on and be just maybe not last year, but like 80% of what he was. And if they're winning with this version of Luka, if they get anything close to that, they'll be able to win at least one playoff series.
It looks like in March on the 8th, the Lakers do go to Boston. So that'll be a pretty good
next Saturday.
for you guys. I'm really hoping for a good game there. Not gonna lie.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah. All right. Moving over to the Rockets. I have them as pretenders. Same reason for the Pistons, just a little bit too young for my liking. Time is soon is the same reason. I just think they are building something. Obviously, they're a really good team. I just think they're just a tad bit young.
Pretenders for sure.
Yeah, I think they're the east or the west version of the Pistons. Just like you said, they're just really young. I think their time is coming soon. As long as they make the right moves for the next couple of years.
Yeah, I'm with you. They're pretenders.
Mace, I don't know if
Yeah,
you like the
pretenders
last
as well.
5 minutes.
Yeah,
All right,
pretenders.
let's have you
All right.
start with the Clippers then.
Pretenders as well. I think that James Harden and Kawhi don't have what it takes to carry that team to the Western Conference Finals. Just too many powerhouse teams in the West. So pretenders.
Yeah, I disagree. I think they are contenders. I think the same reason that you just said two names are the reason that they are contenders. Kawhi Leonard, if he's healthy, this is all speculating if Kawhi Leonard stays healthy, obviously. And then Norman Powell, my most improved player. I just think he is a key factor for that team, and I just think they are pretty scary if healthy.
I think they're pretenders. Maybe that was a Freudian slip. I don't see this team. I've seen other people, not just you. I've seen other people say that this is a dark horse, but I don't see it at all, man. The defense is really good, but every year it's if the Clippers stay healthy, if they stay healthy, and at least Kawhi, since he missed so much time in the beginning, feels like maybe there's a better chance now than in previous years. But I just don't think they have enough going for them. I don't know if Norman Powell is going to be giving you 25 in the playoffs. Zubac has been fantastic, so shout out to Zoo. James Harden's had a kind of ugly year, even though he's had to carry the load offensively. But I don't see it with this team. I think they get bounced in the first round.
I have them as contenders, kind of for exactly what Dehls was saying, but obviously in support of them being a contender. Zubac has been playing his ass off. I do think Harden can kind of ramp it up and become more efficient in the playoffs. And exactly like he was saying, I feel like the Clippers kind of figured out that if you just sit Kawhi for the first 80% of the year, he'll be all right for the playoffs. So I think that they could at least make it to a conference final. Or not at least. I think at most they can make it to a conference final. I don't think that they'll make it to a finals, but I do think that they have the team to make it to a conference final.
Love it. We'll have you start with the Warriors, Alex.
I also have the Warriors as contenders. I really, at first, I talked about it a little, and the Jimmy Butler trade didn't really move me when it came to the Warriors. But after actually seeing it in motion, seeing that the lineups that they're putting out there and the games that they're kind of, the games that they're winning for sure, but even the games that they're losing, I do really like what I'm seeing out of the Golden State Warriors. Plus, Steph is Steph Curry. I mean, he is so good at the game of basketball. It's crazy.
I think the Warriors are contenders. It's close because actually, I don't know. I shouldn't say contenders. The Warriors can win a playoff series, but I don't think they could win 2 playoff series. Steph Curry's been playing so great, and when Jimmy Butler got there, it felt like his career or his season more than anything just got a bit of jolt of energy that it desperately needed because it was getting kind of ugly. There were washed allegations against Steph Curry's name earlier in the season, and he's turned out in a big way recently. But I still don't think they're going to have enough firepower to get past some of the top teams in the West.
Yeah, this was the one team I literally couldn't figure out. Obviously, they're playing really good right now, and I put them as contenders as well. And the main reason I said it was Green said so. Draymond Green said so at the All-Star break. He said that they're going to win it. So I'm just going to take his word for it. Mavs, I'll start here. I have them as contenders. I think if they can get obviously out of the play-in, which they're in right now, but I think the Mavs are contenders with just their size. And again, we're throwing a healthy baloney out there because AD, Lively, and Gafford all hurt. So if they get healthy for the playoffs, they could be one of those dark horse killer teams. Not gonna lie.
That was my thing. Is I know we're saying like if everybody stays healthy, but they're just so injury prone that I cannot trust this team during a 7-game series. I have the Dallas Mavericks as pretenders.
Me too. The whole fan base is pissed off. Nothing's really going well in Dallas right now, so I don't see them being a contender.
Yeah, they're tough because number one, are they going to get healthy? Anthony Davis should be back, but Derek Lively with his timeline, it's like going to be right up until like the first week of April he could come back. So that's not giving him a bunch of time to kind of ramp up. But their defense is going to be really damn good. If they do have those there's three big men in Gafford, Lively, and of course Anthony Davis, that's a team that everyone is going to struggle against. That's a team that you cannot get downhill. You're not going to be able to really score at the rim. But on the other side, do they have enough creators on offense? Because it's Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis could give you 25, he give you 30, but a lot of that is, post touches. It's him hitting tough shots in the mid range. Of course, he could get down and dunk it over anybody, but he's not, creating for himself and others as much as other teams like Luka and LeBron and Austin Reeves or SGA and J-Dub. So I struggle with them on offense, but their defense can have a strong level that they could get past the first round.
If their matchup is number one, if they're the 8 seed and they face the Thunder, who wins that series and how many?
That's a tough series, but I have to trust what the Thunder have been showing me all year.
Yeah, that's fair. Last 2 teams, and I got the same for both. I have the the Timberwolves as pretenders.
Yeah.
I got much to say about them. I just don't.
They should be starting Naz Reid, though. Once
100%.
Randall comes back, Naz Reid should be in that starting lineup, and Julius Randle, get on the bench. You're out of here in the offseason.
Yeah,
Wow,
100%.
Interesting.
And then
Does work good.
then the Kings, I have them as pretenders as well. They
Pretenders.
got the 2020 Bulls.
Yep. Alex and I called it last year. Fucking pretenders.
Yeah,
Pretenders.
whatever. All right. Moving over to the ECF, WCF, and champions. I'll just start here with the ECF. I have, boring I know, Cavs and Celtics as my matchup for the ECF.
So do I.
So do I.
Me too. It's just
All right.
So
odd.
no
Whoa.
Milwaukee.
Yeah,
No
well,
Milwaukee.
obvious.
No,
it's
not
the
even
dark-
one
it's
person
the
here is
dark
biased.
horse. It's a dark. I was hoping one of
It
them
is.
would have, but
So was I.
it was the dark horse kind of. And again, it just kind of depends on who we play. If we play really good against the Cavs, we could beat them. I'm not gonna lie, but I was watching Mobley and Jared Allen and Garland yesterday. It was and obviously Spida. It was so yummy to watch. Not gonna lie. All right, and then my WCF. My WCF, kind of a funky one. This is where I had a little bit of fun. I had the Nuggets and the Lakers. I think the Thunder are one season away. Obviously, they've been really good this year. I'm not saying they're not good, but I think they get bounced and then they go, wow, we really have to use these 85 first-round picks that we have and get a player of some sort for next year. So I got the Nuggets and the Lakers in the WCF.
Wow.
Okay.
What do you guys got?
Let's see.
Go ahead, Mason.
I went with the Lakers as well, and then I did say the Thunder get past. So I've got Lakers Thunder.
Wow. That is what I have as well. OKC and the Lakers.
I had the Thunder, and the Thunder to me, they feel pretty good to get to the WCF. Do they get past? I don't know, but it would be a pretty big disappointment if they had this type of season and got bounced in round 2. So I think they get there, assuming health.
Yeah.
That other team, I'm really between the Lakers, who, again, I'm still so 50-50 about, but they've proven me wrong at this point, so I got to acknowledge it. I think I'll be with you guys. I'm giving Thunder, Lakers, WCF.
I like it.
All right, and then my matchup. So my winner for the ECF is going to be the Celtics, and then my WCF winner is going to be the Lakers against the Nuggets. And then sadly, I think they two-peat. I think it's the Celtics win it again.
Oh, okay. I sorry, but I went with the Cavs here. I got the Cavs beating Celtics. I've got the Lakers beating the Thunder, and he's the best player in the whole goddamn world. I think the Lakers do it.
Wow.
Some way,
That'll be
somehow.
big. It's
Lakers
another
win the
one.
ship.
Let's
I think
go.
they do it
Wow.
unexpectedly. Like everyone, Luka came in. They're like, oh, okay, we got Luka for the future, and they're like, fuck it, we're just gonna do it right now. And I think they do.
Let's go.
That's
That'll be
crazy to me. Only because I have the same matchup, Cleveland, Los Angeles, and I have the Lakers winning. I thought if anybody was going to do it, it was going to be Brennan. So when he didn't say it, I was like, sweet, nobody's going to have the Lakers. And then Mason comes around and screws up my whole big surprise reveal of the Lakers. I think the Lakers win it this year.
All right.
Damn. So two of LeBron's teams, Lakers and Cleveland.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
I would
be
have
sick.
Boston. I would have Boston. Surprise, surprise, beating Cleveland. It'd be a great series, though. I think Boston beats either team. I think if they play the Lakers, I think they take care of business. I feel like they could just take advantage of some of their size issues with KP, some of their defenders on the perimeter. The Thunder would be tough because their defense is so good, but I think the experience and just right now, to me, SGA and Tatum are in the same tier. I think Tatum has every right to maybe not be as put him over SGA because he's having such an historical season, but he is so fucking good. And Jaylen Brown, KP, Derek White, I feel like those next three are just as good as anyone the Thunder have, especially with Chet's injury concerns, J-Dub having issues in the playoffs last year. So I got Boston on the East, Thunder in the West, Boston repeat.
Love that.
It's so likely, dude. I hate how good fucking Boston is.
I need it
I
so
know.
bad. Need it so bad.
It pisses me
So
off how
bad.
good they are.
A Lakers Celtics finals though would feed family, so I think that
That
would
would be. I would love that. Could beat Luka back to back, and we could beat LeBron. Oh my god! And the Lakers on top, like just the whole big three of just people things I hate.
love that. All right, let's just finish this out. We're gonna skip my game for this one, but we're gonna finish this out with the all NBA midseason teams 1, 2, and 3. But I just want to say, Dehls, thank you so much for doing with us.
Of course, bro. Thank you guys for having me.
It was sick.
I don't know.
All right, so let's just go through the first team. I think the top 4 locks, I think, are Jokic, SGA, Giannis, and Tatum. I think those are the 4 locks. If you have anything else besides that, I don't know what you're doing. And then this fifth, you could go anywhere here for me, but I just put the best team in the East. I put Spida. I put Donovan Mitchell just at that 5th spot.
I have LeBron.
Love that.
I have LeBron in the 5th spot. What he's doing is crazy. It's not even just. I'm not even judging him as a 40-year-old. This is me judging him as just amongst the NBA. He is in conversations as like the 6th best player on the planet, 5th best player on the planet. He's having that great of a season. He is. Right now, he's playing better basketball than Luka. He's been better than Luka all season long. I don't think, obviously, he's been injured, but to me, LeBron and where the Lakers are, they're going to be a top 3 seed in the Western Conference. The year he's having, the efficiency he's having, the defense he's giving, he would be in my number 5 spot.
Hey, he's averaging like 30, 10, and 7 in February alone.
He's crazy, bro. He's
when
so
I put
crazy.
that alert, my jaw hit the floor. I was like, holy shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Who you guys got at the 5 spot?
Who you got, Mason?
I really struggled with this here, but at the end of the day, I just went with Anthony Edwards because I picked him for MVP to begin the season and really wanted him to be MVP. And obviously, he's not in those convos, but maybe he'll get first team.
Okay.
Fair enough. I also had Donovan Mitchell. Though when you said it, I was like, yep, but I don't think you heard me.
Gotcha. I'm looking down. My bad. Can't read over here. All right, Mason, start me with your second team. Who just give me some players.
Yeah, so obviously I've got LeBron James here because he's not my first team. I've got Cat.
Okay.
I've got Donovan Mitchell because he didn't make my first team, so I got him bouncing to second. And then I've got Brunson and Cade Cunningham.
Okay. My 2, it's basically the same. I have LeBron, Cat, Cade, and Brunson. I just have Ant because you didn't have you had him in first. So mine is my number 2 for the Bears: LeBron, Cat, Cade, Brunson, and Anthony Edwards.
Do you want me to go? I got LeBron, Brunson, Cat, Anthony Edwards, and I put Evan Mobley in second team.
Hey, I like that.
I think Evan Mobley is having a fantastic season, so I had to sneak him in there somewhere. I put him in my second team.
I have Mobley's actually a little teaser, but spoiler. Thank you. What's that word? I've spread on my third team.
Okay.
I actually think Mobley has been maybe the best player on the Cavs. So my second team would be Brunson, Cade, Mobley, Cat, and Steph Curry's been playing great basketball this last month or so. And if he keeps this up, I feel like he could sneak on to the second team.
I like it.
Alex, let me hear your third.
Okay, so I have Cade Cunningham in my third. I have Kevin Durant in there at the third. I have DeMonte Sabonis. I have Steph Curry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, double checking here. And I actually have Jaren Jackson Jr. as the 5th entry in there into the third team.
All right. My third, a lot of recency bias after watching the masterpiece yesterday. I have Evan Mobley, Garland, the 2 Cavs, and then I have Stephen on my third, J-Dub, another Thunder, just because they're the best team in the West. And then I have Damian Lillard as my 5th spot for the third team.
I was wondering if anyone was going to have Dame, because I have Dame. I have Ant-Man wasn't on my second team. I have KD, Spida, and I would have Kyrie Irving as the last spot. I was between him and Sabonis. I think Sabonis is a good shout too, but Kyrie's been kind of holding this thing together with Luka out and now AD out. He's having a crazy good efficient season. Of course, they're not world beaters, right? They're not top 4 seed or anything, but he's firm in that plane with all the injuries they've had.
Yep, and to end the third teams, I've got Curry, I've got Dame, I've got KD, I've got Mobley, and I also have Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah,
Let's go.
my guys for sure, because I think like Giannis and a few guys are on that brink of maybe missing out with like 65 games. I did have JJ as my next guy to make it. Sabonis, Kyrie, KD, and then Anthony Davis if he also makes enough games, because I think he's right at that like 43, 44 mark right now too. So yeah, that was all of that we really had. Dehls, again, brother, appreciate you, man, for doing this. This was a blast.
Yes, sir.
Hope to have you on again. But this is the Cheesehead The Bear podcast. Thank you for listening.
Thank you,
Go
guys.
Bears.
Yeah.
Just joking. Go Bucks.
Bucks and 6.